Hello, once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, with another presentation of something that I'm very proud of, a part of the collection that I managed to score. If you watched last week's episode, or the last episode rather, you noticed that I was talking a little bit about a convention exclusive, the Revenge of the Jedi 2011 San Diego Comic-Con box set of figures exclusive. And it basically had, I would say, 10 re-releases of figures that had come out that year or close to that year with Revenge of the Jedi cards instead of Return of the Jedi cards. But it also included 2 figures that were part of the VC collection, the Mouse Droid. They were numbered, the Mouse Droid and the Salacious Crumb, smaller figures on smaller cards. And I was really excited to share them with you because I did happen to stumble across that collection, and I did purchase it. I didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con. I did purchase it on eBay later, but it was a reasonable price, and it has shot up in value. So it was just a lucky find, and I was happy to be able to do that. And I'd like to tell you that luck can sometimes, and lightning can sometimes strike twice in a good way. And I did manage to score the following year, 2012 Comic-Con exclusive, and that is this awesome hexagonal shaped, is it hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 sides. And these are basically figures from New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, in what I would think is a kind of a concept. I believe this style of card was, and I did not realize it at the time that I purchased it, but this was actually what Kenner was going to originally go with their release for the figures back in the 70s and 80s, this style of card. They were going to include a photo or image of the character, and then kind of another shot, and then the Star Wars logo, which we have seen that logo and before, that Ralph McQuarrie concept art. So again, going to the front here, let's see, we have from A New Hope, we have the Sand Trooper, right, which includes the Sand Trooper figure, the Sand Trooper image, and an image of a Star Destroyer. Then we go around here to the Empire Strikes Back, and we've got Leia in her Bespin outfit, along with the photo and a Millennium Falcon. Keep turning it, turning. When we Return of the Jedi, we have the Darth Vader with the lightning going around him. In fact, let me just take a quick peek at that. No, it's just the lightning. Okay, I didn't know if it had like a bit of the skull showing. I couldn't see it. Along with a picture of Vader, along with, maybe the skull is there because it shows that in the imagery, and then a shot of the shuttle in front of the partially built Death Star. Then moving on, we have everybody's favorite, and I say that non-sarcastically, Jar Jar Binks, because even if they don't like them, they love to complain about him. So he's everybody's favorite something. And that's Jar Jar Binks with an image, and it looks like the Naboo starship. We have the Attack of the Clones, Clone Trooper, along with an image, and I can't tell what kind of thing that is. I guess it's some type of a vehicle. And then the Clone Trooper from, or I should say the Shock Trooper from Revenge of the Sith, again with some vehicle things and everything else. Now, this is by far one of the coolest kind of concepts to be released. But there's more than just those 6 figures. Those 6 figures are great, but they are just re-releases. Well, you know that Hasbro at that time was going to give you something a little extra. But what? Well, if you look at the top here, you look at that looks vaguely familiar. And bottom is just a blank. But the top, that looks a lot like what can only be described as the carbon freezing chamber from Bespin, Empire Strikes Back. So, this box flips up. And again, I have to be a little more careful, like I said last week, because this is cardboard, and this is already 21 years old. Or no, 10 years old. 2011, 20... Oh yeah, 11 years old. So, it's not that old, but still. And there is a 7th figure in here. I have to... And that's the key figure here. the Jar Jar in Carbonite. Phantom Menace figure, unpunched card. Now this figure was never released. So what Hasbro did this time is rather than give us 2 repacked small figures, but including the number, I think they got a lot of complaints about that. So instead, this is non-numbered. Okay, it is just a exclusive card figure, individual, not for sale. It's part of the set, but it is a unique item. It's got some weight to it too, so I'm not haven't opened it, so I can't even tell you, but I am pretty sure that this is just a block of carbonite, okay, not an actual figure in there. So that shows you some really cool times. I know back in a happier time, I would say, when Hasbro, had a little more money to play with, and gotta make sure that this kind of closes up on the outside. There we go. Had a little more money to play with, and could make those kind of investments for Comic-Con exclusives. So I just wanted to share that with you. Again, I don't believe it has the same level of value that the Revenge of the Jedi figure pack. For one thing, it's twice that has twice as many figures, or more than that. This has 7 figures, that has 12, or slightly less than half, slightly less than double. But it's still a really cool thing, and I'm just happy to be able to share it. Again, I just stumbled across it on the internet, paid a price that was more than what people were paying there, but less than what people are paying now. I don't believe this is shot up in value to the same level that the other ones have, but it is really cool. And all those figures have been re-released, or were re-releases. So, and I think they've probably all been re-released to date, mostly, except for maybe the Jar Jar and Carbonite. But beyond that, they've all been kind of re-released. So, that's a fun thing. If you're just in there to get figures, you can find these probably loose for very little money. But if you want to get the really cool boxed set, again, be careful. This is throwaway material, and having it be throwaway material means that it's very likely to find itself starting to get, damaged with water or with just regular moisture. So just be careful with it. Again, this is something I don't plan on keeping forever. If anybody is really interested in it and would like to make an offer, please feel free to do so. Email me, darthtuba77@gmail.com. I'm not actively trying to sell it. I know that we have a small audience here, but if you know of anybody, please pass the information along. I'd be willing to negotiate something with them. But for now, it stays in the collection because I love it. And it's a cool reminder of I don't want to say a better time, just a different time, when Star Wars was still had filled with possibilities. It was kind of funny, like 2011, 2012, things were kind of dying away. There wasn't anything, there was no, well, it was ironic. This was summer 2012. If anybody can ever think about what happened in around October of 2012, we had just been told that Disney was going to buy Star Wars. And since then, we've had 5 new movies. No, 5 new movies. Yeah, 5 additional films, plus, The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Andor. I mean, we've had a lot of great content. Bad Batch, more Clone Wars, more stuff like that. I'm excited for the future of Star Wars. And I'll always say this. People complain about the Disney acquisition. I say this, and I'll say it, and I'll die on this hill. Before that, aside from cool stuff like this, I can't imagine, I won't deny that. This was cool. We were getting Star Wars Family Guy, Star Wars Robot Chicken, Star Wars Angry Birds. I mean, nice. I guess it's okay. If that's all we had, we would have loved it, but what we have now is so much better. I'm sorry, it is. Thank you so much for watching. That's my opinion, but I'm going to say it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out all my other videos. Like, subscribe, do all that other stuff. Check out all the other content on Red 5 Network. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.